Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, if you're in maintenance, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say data entry headache. Well, today we're going to flip that on its head. We're talking about how to turn that chore, that chaos, into your biggest strategic weapon.
So, let's just kick things off with a really important question. I want you to think about this. Is all that data you're collecting every single day, is it actually helping you, or is it just hurting you, just adding to the noise? You know, for a lot of teams, the honest answer to that question leads straight to this place we call data chaos. And yeah, this is where the problems really start to snowball.
And look, data chaos isn't just about a few messy spreadsheets. No, it's way deeper than that. We're talking about a complete breakdown in what you know about your own assets. It's that frustrating point where your data is so inconsistent, so unreliable, that it's not just useless, it's actually working against you.
So, does any of this sound familiar? I mean, have you ever seen the same exact pump failure described 5 different ways by 5 different people? Or you see those work orders closed out with a super helpful note like, fixed, right? If you're nodding your head right now, you are smack in the middle of data chaos. And trust me, these aren't just little pet peeves, they are massive red flags.
And the fallout from this? It's huge. I mean, this chaos leads directly to wasted time, wasted money, and people making really bad strategic calls based on junk information. And, most importantly, it seriously bumps up the risk of equipment failures and, even safety incidents.
Okay, but here's the good news, right? It doesn't have to be this way. There is a path out of this mess. It's a clear, structured framework, and it's built on just seven essential rules that are going to guide you right out of that chaos and into clarity.
All right, let's get right into it. Rule number 1. This is it. This is the absolute foundation. If you get this right, everything else starts to fall into place.
It sounds almost too simple, but man, is it powerful. You just have to agree on one approved official term for each and every key thing, every asset, every type of failure, every action, and then you stick to it, like no exceptions.
And this right here just shows you the difference perfectly. Look on the left. You've got 3 different ways of saying the exact same thing. To a computer, to your analysis software, those are 3 separate problems. They're basically invisible. But look on the right. One standard term, and boom, all of a sudden you can actually see a trend. You can see what's really going on.
And that's the whole point, right? This is so crucial. When you standardize, you stop accidentally hiding how often something is breaking. It finally lets you see, wow, this specific problem is happening way more than we thought. And you can't fix a problem until you know how big it really is.
Okay, moving on, rule number 2, we are tackling ambiguity head on. How? By getting rid of any and all abbreviations that aren't on an official, everybody knows what this means, list. Just think about it for a second. You see PM on a work order. What does that mean? Preventative maintenance? Project manager? Parts per million? Who knows? Without a clear, approved definition, that simple 2-letter abbreviation can make a whole record totally useless to the next person who looks at it.
And that leads us right into rule number 3. This one's all about making sure you capture the full story of what happened, not just, the headline. I mean, look at this. Bearing failure. Okay, so what? That tells me pretty much nothing useful. But now look at the complete entry. We know the exact bearing part number, we know which pump it was on, and we even know it was vibrating like crazy when it failed. See? That's not just a note anymore. That's a powerful clue for the next time this happens.
All right, rule number 4. This one's kind of like a close cousin to completeness, but the focus here is on swapping out those vague, useless statements with specific technical details that leave zero room for guesswork. I mean, what a difference. Equipment issue. That's a total dead end. But hydraulic pump P25B pressure drop from 3,000 psi to 2,200 psi, now we're talking. That tells the tech exactly where to go and what to check. It's the difference between shrugging your shoulders and actually solving the problem.
Okay, let's knock out rules 5 and 6 together because they really work as a team. So rule 5 is all about using approved classification codes. Think of them like hashtags for your maintenance data. Something like MTR-F001 instantly tells the system this was a motor failure. It's perfect for analysis. Then rule 6 complements that. It's about making sure the part a human reads is short, sweet, and to the point, but still packed with info. Something like, pump failed due to seal wear causing low flow. Bam, done.
And that brings us to our final rule, number 7, and this one's so important. Your data isn't some dusty old archive you set and forget. It's a living, breathing system. You've got to regularly go in there, check it, and clean it up to make sure it actually reflects what's happening on the plant floor today, especially if you've made any modifications or upgrades.
So there you have it, the 7 rules. They're super powerful for sure, but here's the catch. They only work if they become habits, ingrained in how you operate. This is not a one-person job. It's a total team effort. Look, getting high-quality data is everybody's job. Your technicians, they're on the front lines making the entries. Planners and supervisors, you guys are the coaches, the quality control. The reliability engineers, they're the architects, building the standards. And leadership, they've got to champion the whole thing and provide the training. Every single one of these roles is absolutely critical.
So what's the payoff? What happens when everyone buys in and you really commit to this? Well, this is where it gets really exciting. You stop being a data recorder and you start building genuine asset intelligence. This is the leap. This is how you go from just reacting to fires to actually predicting and preventing them.
All right, so let's just do a quick recap of everything. Think of this table as your cheat sheet, your guide to get out of data chaos. It's the 7 rules, plain and simple, all focused on consistency, clarity, and completeness. This right here, this is your playbook.
And if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. The hard work, the nitty-gritty detail you put into your data today, it's not just about fixing tomorrow's little breakdown a bit faster. No way. It's about having the intelligence to prevent that breakdown from ever happening in the first place. It's about knowing exactly what parts to stock. It's about making those huge multi-million-dollar decisions with real confidence.
So I'm just going to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Ask yourself, are you just a data recorder, somebody who just jots down what happened, or are you a data steward, someone who protects and nurtures the information that's going to drive your entire organization's success? Because that choice, well, it makes all the difference in the world.